今天呢是带着我的儿媳妇跟大家认识，她叫金国秀，这位是老周，一直在商行工作的。就
let's write chapter 1 introduction section together today. In the next videos, we shall discuss background, problem statement, RO, RQ, and all of it in chapter 1. If you want me to discuss all the sections in the next and the next and the next videos, make sure you comment what specific sections you would like me to cover the most in the coming videos. So, on the same topic as the previous video here, technique to eat bread with a chopstick for breakfast. Now, let's modify my chapter 1 introduction template for this topic right here. So, in step number 1, we start with a very broad intro for this particular topic. So, all of you can see the title of this particular thesis topic, just for fun's sake. The anchor of this title is breakfast. Why so? Why breakfast? Because if you look at this title, without the word breakfast, this entire topic won't exist. It will all fall apart. There is no chopstick, there is nothing else. It's only breakfast that is pulling the whole topic together. So the whole paragraphing for step 1 should follow a funnel concept, starting with the most broadest context, why breakfast is important for a human. And then you narrow down, what are the usual meals for breakfast? Narrow down further, what happens if you skip breakfast? That is step number 1. And the full write-up would be like this, where breakfast is often referred to as the most important meal of the day. And then you talk about the overnight fasting period where it restores glucose levels. You're basically showing how important is having breakfast, which essentially strengthens the title, the anchor. If you look at the anchor again, right, it strengthens why breakfast is important. That will give an edge to the readers why this topic is so important. Then you can see further explanation where we talk about periods of sleep, the body needs fuel to kickstart metabolism, enhance concentration, talk about improved performance both physically and mentally. It really signifies breakfast. That means it signifies the topic itself, why we need to talk about this. And then we can also rope in some studies which talk about people who eat a balanced breakfast tend to have better memory, attention span, problem solving skills, and all these other mechanisms that comes along as an advantage with breakfast. Followed by that, you talk about children, students, breakfast, all these other additional points. Step number 2, further explanation of the body, in this case the breakfast itself, with literature review. In this continuation of the funnel, now you bring in statistics on the types of food for breakfast. Next part, how common is bread compared to any other food across different cultures and countries. Now, for step number 2, after all that funnel explanation, we go into the details. You see that whole detail up there, the whole write-up. So breakfast habits vary globally. You're going down the funnel now. You talk about the entire perspective of breakfast. So you talk about surveys provide insights into what people usually eat, and then you bring in some statistics, right? So in 2022, Statista survey showed that around 59% of adults regularly eat bread or toast, which supports your entire topic, right? And then followed by eggs, 58%. So it basically emphasizes that people eat breads the most. People eat bread all over the world the most compared to any other breakfast. So that shows why you need to introduce. Chopstick specifically for bread, just for the fun of it. Okay, then you can see they talk about coffee, and then over 60% Americans starting their day with coffee along with breakfast. Then they also talk about UK, okay, where National Diet and Nutrition Survey reported about 70% of households include bread products, toast, sandwich, rolls. So this again further amplifies, further concrete up the entire bread topic. And then you talk about Japan, you talk about Malaysia. You can keep adding. Don't add too many countries. I think that's enough already. You got Japan, Malaysia, UK, US, and so on. That's enough to strengthen, and we have of course China as well. That is enough to strengthen the statistical part of the significance of having bread for breakfast. So this segment is done. Okay, step 1 done, step 2 done. So next, steps 3 and 4 comes together, where according to the template, we talk about other involved parties and bodies, which in case basically the literature, more literature on the core issue. So continuing down the funnel, just for an example, we're going to rope in WHO here. So just for an example's sake, according to World Health Organization, not having breakfast is not worse compared to having breakfast in a wrong technique without this. Okay, so whether you eat bread or any other breakfast, hygiene is vital. Therefore, doing that is not very, very good. That's what we're trying to establish in introduction itself. But if you realize, we never talk about chopstick at all because we're going to leave that for the background section. So the detailing part, step 1 we have seen, step 2 we have seen. Now is the step 3 detailing write-up for this particular template, where we can start with according to World Health Organization. Now we bring in all the international organization, and the way food is consumed just as important as the type of food itself. So they say skipping breakfast has its risk, eating breakfast in the wrong technique or under unhygienic condition, holding it like this, can be even more harmful. So now we are driving the entire topic towards the background and the problem statement, because we want to introduce chopstick, this instrument right here. We need to introduce this. So we need to start that somewhere from introduction, and that's what we are doing right here. So for an instance, consuming contaminated food, sharing utensils without proper cleaning, or eating with unwashed hands can directly expose a person to foodborne illness, gastrointestinal infections, and other health risks. Next, step 5, summary. Overall, it is very important to deep dive into not only breakfast, but due to the absorbing capacity of bread towards bacteria, handling it during a breakfast requires more care. Now is the most surprising part, surprise, of the entire video today. This is how, up there, AI would write the introduction. If you read what ChatGPT 5, PhD level ChatGPT had given, if you read that, no introduction. Background had jumbled it all together. We start speaking about cutlery very early, but never spoke about why cutlery is brought into the picture. We don't even know why if you read it there. I don't know why bread from Western diets were combined with chopstick for the reason of cultural intersection. Doesn't make sense whatsoever. You cannot even form an idea. And worst of all, look at the problem statement. You only get that. That doesn't say anything. Okay? This is the whole problem of using AI without knowing what you need, and you will just copy and paste that and destroy your entire thesis. That's where everything goes wrong. So don't copy and paste from AI without understanding what you need. So in the next video, we're going to jump into background. Introduction done, next is background, then problem statement, then the rest. How would you start the background section for this particular topic? This is the full topic. How would you do it? Do comment here. Don't forget, I need your opinion and your ideas. With that, don't forget, make sure you subscribe and comment on your ideas for the next section of chapter 1. Please do not ask AI for answer. Use your logical thinking. How would you do it? Persona prompting versus funnel prompting. Which of these prompt technique would be the best for your thesis writing using AI in this current age? No matter you use ChatGPT, Perplexity, or any other AI tools. These are the 2 well-known techniques, and let's find out which of these 2 would be the winner today. If you don't know either of these techniques, then you are not doing it right at all. Before we continue, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment down there what kind of prompting techniques you've been using all this while. Okay, so now let's start. A. Funnel prompting. Step number 1. In ChatGPT, like this, you start the funnel by asking a question on what it knows about your interest, like this. This is a very good example that you can see. And from this example, you want to write a problem statement for PhD now. So, as you can see now, it may provide a problem statement for various level of studies. You can look at all the results here. Now, step number 2. If you need it for bachelor's or PhD, then prompt it differently. Okay, you can look at here. Example, here we ask the difference between bachelor and PhD level problem statement. So basically what I'm doing here is I am bringing the AI down a funnel. Okay, a funnel step by step. Because the understanding is very, very broad when it comes to AI. The fella knows so many different things, right? So I want to make sure that the fella is focused into what exactly I want. So I take from a very broad question, and I talk about problem statement, then I go into the level of study, then slowly I will go down through the details. Now, step number 3. Once it understood the differences between PhD and bachelor level, which I believe It really won't. I don't think it has that ability yet, okay? As per what Demis Hassabis already mentioned, okay? You guys can go and read this article. Very, very good article. AI still don't understand context and doesn't have the capability of reasoning, okay? If you don't have that both, you won't even know the difference between a bachelor's and a PhD and a master's. You won't know the difference, okay? Even us, imagine you don't understand I cannot understand the difference between bachelor. I cannot understand the difference between PhD. I don't know what is master's. Anyway, we follow the process. Now, we prompt for it, the AI, to create a PhD level problem statement in the area of entrepreneurship and strategy for small, medium enterprises, SME. This is part of the thinking model. It is supposed to be the most advanced AI model in the world. As you can see, it's not lengthy enough. It's too simple. For bachelor level, I think okay lah. It's acceptable. But for a PhD level, I don't think so. All right, because PhD you are explaining out of literature a very, very, very detailed problem statement that you want to convince the world that you are the first one to do it. Right? That's very, very important when it comes to PhD. And also lack of strong justification. Lack of strong justification. Remember that phrase. Without justification, you can never get your PhD. And to be honest, too significantly simple for PhD level. Now, whatever mentioned in the first paragraph as part of the research gap on entrepreneurial process and international SMEs, just look at this Google Scholar search here. Okay, these are the keywords I've used. Look at the second paper. It had completed that entire work, done, already published. This is what AI do. It just recycles and recycles and recycles and recycles. It cannot think on its own for a new solid answer. It can aggregate information. Okay, it's a very good aggregator. Now, the question comes, can persona prompting write a problem statement or research gap for PhD level or not? A bit unique idea. Can or not persona prompting? What do you guys think? Novel problem statement or fake problem statement? Persona prompting is about personifying your AI into a real thinking individual. Okay, so all this while you are thinking AI is some computer somewhere, right? Persona prompting will sort of let the AI imagine itself as a real being, as an actual being. So let's find out. If you look at my prompt here, I have asked the AI to be a professor. Saw that or not? Professor, 30 years of experience with publication, and then create a PhD level problem statement about entrepreneurship and strategy. Exactly the same topic, exactly the same. We do apple to apple comparison. So what happens? What is the outcome? So this is the outcome. Look at that. All right. If we scroll through this entire outcome, it is definitely slightly lengthier. The citations are quite old. Quite old. I can understand. I can see that it's quite old. Because when we mention Scopus and Web of Science publication, it can't access those databases. So it can only provide very old index journals that can be found on ResearchGate or some third-party websites, not through Scopus or Web of Science, because it's behind paywall. Nonetheless, let's compare the gap given by persona prompting and funnel prompting. Let's compare and find out. First paragraph here spoke about how and under what conditions entrepreneurial strategies generated international advantage for SMEs. While funnel prompting said the exact same thing as well. The exact same thing. No difference. It explained how and under what conditions, instead of the keyword strategy, it used conditions. That's it. Exactly the same outcome. Instead of international advantage in persona, okay, persona used international advantage, right? Funnel used international strategies. Same stuff written differently. That's it. Alright. For second paragraph, if you look at the second paragraph, if we compare side by side again, funnel prompting went straight into the gap. Alright, straight, right into it. However, persona speaks about entrepreneurial orientation and dynamic capabilities in international SMEs. Yes, dynamic capabilities in international SMEs. Sounds very familiar, right? Sounds familiar or not? Familiar or not? Did you hear that word somewhere? Dynamic capabilities, international SMEs. You have heard of it somewhere. It's supposed to come. Yes, it is existing. Remember the Google Scholar? It ripped from the same paper shown in Google Scholar earlier. See that? See, look at that title. Dynamic capabilities, entrepreneurial orientation. My questions to all of you, I want all of you to answer it down here. All this comment, keep commenting, keep it coming, okay? Because we're going to share knowledge here. Number one, why do you guys think that it cannot come up with a novel? Don't get cheated, okay? Now, number two, prompting might look like generating different outcomes. This is what everyone says. If your AI doesn't give a good answer, you prompt it wrongly. There is no such thing. Look at these two different prompting. The most recommended technique, still the same garbage. Alright, still the same garbage, literally. For PhD level, this is garbage. We are coming to an end. As a conclusion, you see the recent Hong Kong University scenario? Apart from what I've shared, this is the recent scenario. Hong Kong University. Alright, Hong Kong University. Number one university in Asia. Look at the students' fake. She published fake information, got exposed. She, her supervisor and her co-author all got exposed publicly. This is so humiliating. Don't simply believe what influencers are saying just for the sake of money. Tell the truth, guys. Tell the truth. AI is really not there yet to create a genuinely new idea or literature review for you. It's just going to screw up big time. Please do your own work yourself. Otherwise, you're going to really suffer in this coming 3 years' time or maybe more than that. Alright, so wish you guys all the best. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and start thinking on your own. Good luck. Let's hit Turnitin AI 0% without needing to pay a single penny to these AI humanizing tools. None. No money whatsoever. Let's start with this particular sentence that was flagged for Turnitin AI 100%. You can see that, 100%. Although humanized by paid humanizing tools. So, guys, let's start the full tutorial now. Step 1, understanding. These documents, okay, these couple of documents here, right, were all AI humanized and still detected as 100% Turnitin AI. So then why the hell Turnitin AI is still showing 100%? Already humanized already, what? These guys all paid for humanizing tools, you know, Quillbot and whatnot, all these other tools before they came to us. Because then only they realized, you know, they got caught with Turnitin AI, publication rejected, thesis rejected, assignment rejected, and so on and so forth. Now we need to first break it down. What is the problem? The answer is both simple and complex as well. All this write-up, right, is all the same boring, bloody AI generated text via NLP, natural language processing. They may look different. Okay, they may look different. For our eye, it's a bit hard to capture. But the underlying tone, the grammar structure, the vocabulary used, and the sentence structure are statistically monotonous. This is what no one tells you. It's statistically monotonous. That means, in layman term, okay, for any other people who just learning how to write, Turnitin AI, when it scans these documents, right, it can statistically identify the parameters of grammar, vocab, structure, tone, and some undisclosed parameters. Of course, they have their own patented software and so on, so they won't be disclosing everything. They combine all these parameters that I just mentioned, all of these parameters, to identify whether it is AI written or not. Whether it's AI generated, could be ChatGPT, could be anything, you know, Perplexity and so on. And then AI paraphrase is the same AI, it's the same bloody AI generating and paraphrasing. No difference to that. That is why statistically Turnitin AI does the matching and shown 100% AI generated. This is the sentence. If you look at the first sentence and the second sentence, there is no connectivity whatsoever. So now, let's go to human-based paraphrasing round 1. Make sure your tracking is on and you delete the whole sentence. So deletion down. Now let's paraphrase. Okay, done. What I did was very simple. I combined these two sentences for a better flow and uniformly have a very nice sort of information combining. But my question to all of you, will this become Turnitin AI 0%? The answer is no, unfortunately. It's still detected as AI generated sentence. Look at that, 69 bloody %. Therefore, let's go to round 2, paraphrasing by applying the change of voice method. Done. Here, I used interrelated instead of interconnectedness to tone down the styles. And I also changed the second sentence to be an active sentence now with complex structure. I've complicated it now, okay, purposely. So now, the Turnitin should be 0%, right? It is not 0%. It is 36%, which is so, from this now, round 3, we rewrite. I added driving work to emphasize the uniformity of the clause that expresses the result of the previous clause. This will make the sentence feel more fluid, like how a human would tell the story. That's important. Human. Us. Alright, we need to tell the story. So, still not understanding what the hell I just did in these 3 rounds? Don't worry. I understand. It is difficult. That's why we offer these services, these paraphrasing services, under our human-based paraphrasing service for all of you, to make sure that you guys don't get stuck with Turnitin AI. We guarantee Turnitin AI 0%. Zero when we do it. But you guys need to give us a bit of time, definitely. Alright? Now, let's get into the explanation of this round number 3. By using interlink instead of interrelated now, and I changed the driving word, I also softened the tone even further. The 2 sentences will have more complex structure. Complex. And now, let's wait for the result. Turnitin AI 0%. Finally, that's how we do it. That's how complicated our life is, unfortunately. Alright, so this is how you manually paraphrase your sentence for free on your own. Alright, that's definitely difficult, but practice will make it perfect. Nothing to worry. Practice will definitely make it perfect. I never born knowing how to write English properly. Okay, I learned. Hustle, and this is what we can do now. Okay, we formulated the method now, how to beat Turnitin AI. So all the context maintained, few rounds of solid rewriting. This is just one paragraph. If you have 300 pages of thesis, if you have 20 pages of journal, if you have 10 pages of assignment, calculate the timing, guys. Turnitin AI humanizing tool will never work. And we can guarantee Turnitin AI to hit 0%. See all these graduates today, all these guys, they all once upon a time, not once upon a time, like just last year, they mistakenly used Grammarly. They didn't know that Grammarly is being detected, and they hit Turnitin AI more than 80%. And at the very last minute, we actually helped them out to graduate. And that's what happens. All individual clients here, we consulted their entire thesis, but to save cost, of course, they wanted to use Grammarly to proofread, but unfortunately, they had to come back. So that's what happens now. This is why you look at this funnel, right? This entire paraphrasing steps, right? How we construct the sentence. This is why human brain is far superior compared to AI when it comes to creative academic writing. At the end of the day, humanizing tool is still an AI tool, guys. AI. How you going to use AI to remove AI? It doesn't work. All right. Sometimes, only sometimes, humanizing tool may beat Turnitin AI by totally changing the context. It would mean something else altogether. I have proven it before in one of my videos on TikTok. This is the video using Walter Wright's. Okay, totally destroy the context. 100% student will fail. It's unavoidable. When your context is changed, the only thing you can do is you get failed. That's it. Okay, so here is a complete paraphrasing training template for all of you to practice on your own, so that you guys don't need to pay anyone for paraphrasing. If you guys want this template, hit the subscribe button. There is a notification right there, right? You see that button there? It's free. Just hit it. Nothing will happen to you. Alright, this is also free. And the comment down there, please comment that you need the template. My guys will get in touch with you. Turnitin AI 0% guaranteed. Let's write Chapter 1, Introduction section. together today. In the next videos, we shall discuss background, problem statement, RO, RQ, and all of it in chapter 1. If you want me to discuss all the sections in the next and the next and the next videos, make sure you comment what specific sections you would like me to cover the most in the coming videos. So, on the same topic as the previous video here, technique to eat bread with a chopstick for breakfast. Now, let's modify my chapter 1 introduction template for this topic right here. So in step number 1, we start with a very broad intro for this particular topic. So all of you can see the title of this particular thesis topic, just for fun's sake. The anchor of this title is breakfast. Why so? Why breakfast? Because if you look at this title, without the word breakfast, this entire topic won't exist. It will all fall apart. There is no chopstick, there is nothing else. It's only breakfast that is pulling the whole topic together. So the whole paragraphing for step 1 should follow a funnel concept, starting with the most broadest context, why breakfast is important for a human. And then you narrow down, what are the usual meals for breakfast? Narrow down further, what happens if you skip breakfast? That is step number 1. And the full write-up would be like this, where breakfast is often referred to as the most important meal of the day. And then you talk about the overnight fasting period where it restores glucose levels. You're basically showing how important is having breakfast, which essentially strengthens the title, the anchor. If you look at the anchor again, right, it strengthens why breakfast is important. That will give an edge to the readers why this topic. Hello, hi everyone. Very good evening. How are you guys? Thanks for joining us today. Let me admit everyone to the class. Okay. Hello, hi. Very good evening from Malaysia. I know you guys are joining from all over the world. Thanks for joining today. Okay, so very good evening. So just before we start, I think we are almost hitting 260 participants already. Before we start, can I know where are you guys coming from? Which country? What PhD? Which university? Hi, Dr. Azwati. Thanks for joining again. So which country? Which university? Brunei, welcome. Malaysia, Philippines, UK, Malaysia, UNITA, UPM. Help. UPM, Penang, Philippines, Ghana, South Africa, Indonesia, Amira, Malaysia, hi, UITM, in Canada, Saga University, Japan. Okay, that's interesting. Mauritius, Uganda, Oman, okay. Memang all over the world. I got one from Denmark, very nice. Yes, Liverpool, thank you for joining. Okay, so we have Iraq. Okay, welcome. Kingdom of Lesotho. That's interesting. Okay. Sorry, the message keeps going, so I'm just reading very quickly. So you got China as well. A lot of Malaysians, definitely. Okay, Pakistan. Okay, all right, very good. So 270 plus already. Okay, that's good. It keeps increasing. Okay, all right. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks for joining today. So as you all know, we have 2 different classes. Today is the first class. We are focusing on chapter 1 development. All right. And then tomorrow we'll be focusing on publication, Scopus Web of Science publication. So if you guys have interest on learning publication, please do join us tomorrow as well. I don't organize this private class, which I organize out of my, my evening time. I only do this like maybe once a month, once in every 2 months, and so on. So when there's opportunity, please to join. It's completely free. So I think we can get started already. So, okay, let me start by sharing my slides. Just the share button. Okay. Okay, so chat box open. Keep your chat box open at all times. Please do not unmute your mic. A bit of housekeeping. Please do not unmute your mic. If you have any questions, kindly ask in the chat box only. Okay. If time allows, if you have enough time, maybe after the class, we can always have a quick chat and so on. All right. But other than that, keep your questions all within the chat box. Okay. Um, Okay, I think that's about it. Recording will be shared on YouTube. So nothing to worry, recording will be shared on YouTube, but stay until end of the class because then only you'll be able to get all the notes. Okay, so if you guys go halfway through, you guys won't be able to get the notes. Okay, so stay until the end because we'll do another registration round. Once you guys finish the class only, completely, then only you'll be able to get the notes and I think you'll be getting certificate as well. I don't know. Later we'll let you know. Okay. So, okay, so people are still joining. So, never mind, let them join. Kedwin will take care of it and we can get started. So, as you all can see my slide, we are going to focus on, let me put myself on screen as well. Let me spotlight myself to everyone. Okay, so before we start, can you all see my slides clearly? Can you all listen to me clearly? And can you all see my video clearly? Please let me know in the chat box. Okay, very, very good. So let's get started. Annotation started already. Okay, so please do not annotate. Okay, disable, done. I've disabled annotation already. Let me delete that. Clear all drawings. Okay, done. Annotation. Okay, all right. Okay, so 291, I think we're almost 300 already. Okay, so today is going to be part 1 class for chapter 1 development. This concept today can be used across any subject area, okay, any field. You can use it for your PhD and masters, will be too advanced for bachelor's degree, but masters and PhD can follow more or less the same structure. Of course, PhD, you'll go deeper, but for masters, it'll be slightly on the surface, okay? So today's concept can be used across the board. Doesn't matter you're coming from which particular area. You can come from chemical, engineering, medical, business management, accounting, any particular field, you'll be able to use whatever I'm teaching you today. Okay. So it's very technical class. So my advice to all of you, if you guys are looking at your phone, I mean, except for this class, if you're looking at the phone because for this class, then that's okay. But if you're looking at your phone, doing some other work, just listening, don't. This is not a podcast. So you need to give a complete attention. Stop doing whatever you're doing. It's only 2 hours. Okay, it's only 2 hours. And then I will be able to maneuver from there for tomorrow's class. So today we're going to look into chapter structure, introduction writing, background writing. 3 different spaces we're going to look into. Okay, for chapter 1. This is me. I'm Dr. Tawa. For those who don't know me, again, thank you very much for joining my class. I completed my PhD, I think, in 2013. Yeah, quite some time already now. Already 13 years already. I completed mine in 2 years and 11 months, graduated before time from the UK. I did not do my master's because UK allows you to go on fast track PhD if your first degree is strong enough. Okay, so that's what I did. It was a very difficult journey because I skipped my master's, but it was a quick journey. So by 26, I finished my PhD. Then I joined Birmingham, Aston Institute of Photonics as a postdoc. Then I come back to Malaysia, joined industry. I was in Telecom Malaysia, and then concurrently I started our company here, Proofreading by UK PhD. We are based in Cyberjaya, Malaysia. And I'm also no more adjunct lecturer, I'm an adjunct professor now with Veritas. I did not update that. And the rest are all my experiences, okay, which I will be sharing based on my experiences today. So this is our organization. We are based in Malaysia. We have more than 400,000 social media followers. Mostly consists of postgraduate students, academicians, researchers from all over the world. As you can see, we have participants from all over the world. So we focus a lot on all the services from thesis consultancy to publication to chapter 4, chapter 5, qualitative analysis, Viva examiner correction, proposal defense examiner correction, thesis to journal conversion. And then here we focus a lot on proofreading. And nowadays we really 100% focus on Turnitin AI reduction under language services. Consultancy still we focus across the board. Whoever requests for proofreading, we still do proofreading. Okay, but now I think the major problem nowadays is Turnitin AI. Okay, so for those who want to follow my other classes, my videos, my previous recorded classes, you can look me up on YouTube. So let me just open that up. Okay, so do subscribe to our YouTube. It'll be very beneficial. Let me just open it up. Okay, so this is my YouTube channel. Okay. Okay. So we have about 16,000, almost on the way to 17,000 subscribers. These are all the videos so far. Okay. Okay. Um, Okay, sorry. Okay, if you guys see any links in the chat box, apart from me, apart from my profile sharing, please do not click. We have a lot of spammers sharing here. Okay, they share, they try to send coupons, spam, all these things. They hijack your device. So do not click any link unless I'm sending the link. Okay, so you can see my name, Tawamaran Kanisen. If I send, or if my colleague sends from Proofreading Official, only click those two links. Anyone else sends any link, do not click. Okay, even private also, do not click. Okay, I mean, it's at your own risk lah. If anything happens, we are not responsible lah. I have to put the disclaimer now. Okay, so here we are. We have a lot of classes, especially on Turnitin AI reduction. We are teaching students how to reduce Turnitin AI on their own in case if they don't want to take up services, because it's a very critical problem. We also have a lot of other videos. Okay, we have ChatGPT, Claude versus Gemini, what is the best AI for you? Then we also have chapter 1 development. This is another technique to learn chapter 1, paper publication retraction, and so on and so forth. Then we also have a lot of recorded classes here. Okay, so we have all these other classes on literature review. You guys can go and watch if you want to. So I've shared the link already. Did I send the link private? Let me send again. Okay, so I've shared the YouTube link to everyone. Again, if anyone private message you, please do not accept. Okay, we will never private message. We will only send through group, and only 2 people will be sending. It will be me under my name Tawamaran Kanisen, and it will be my colleague here, Kelvin, under Proofreading Official. Anyone else sends any link, please do not click. Okay, done. So now let's go to free templates. So we have a lot of free templates, as most of you are aware. Okay, some of you do tell me that you cannot get access to the templates. We do share, we do reply a lot of comments as much as we can, but unfortunately sometimes TikTok or Facebook will block our comments once we exceed certain thresholds. So you cannot get the link. All right. So you have all these templates you can download from our Telegram group. Okay, so we got literature search database, critical literature review template, literature summary template, 7 steps problem statement template, introduction template, and so on and so forth. So some of you might be thinking, in the age of AI, why do I need all this? I can just prompt, I get all the answers. That is the main problem. Okay, that is the main problem here. I will share the link in a while. Wait, so when you get information from AI, for those especially have used AI and they know, okay, you get sometimes very nonsense information, okay, and the structure also when it's being written, it is like undergraduate level, okay, it's not structurally efficient for a PhD thesis or master's thesis and so on, and it will never follow a funnel concept, okay, so that's why I've given all these templates so that you can help yourself to improve it further, to make sure that you follow what a PhD will be required. Okay, I'll be sending, relax. Okay, I'll be sending. I'll be sending. the links, but let me explain this first. Okay, so based on these templates, you'll be able to conduct a lot of research on your own. Okay, so how to get to this Telegram group? Okay, let me share the link. Coming up with the link. Wait, Okay, so this is the link. All right. If you click that particular link, this page will open up. Okay. Once you're in this page, please click the subscribe button here. Okay. Make sure you click the subscribe button so that you will be able to join in all the future classes. Okay. So you can just fill up your email and click subscribe button. Any new classes like this, when we announce, you'll be notified. Okay. You'll be notified. So make sure you guys do that. Then as you go down, I'll let you all do it first. Okay, I'll give you all 1 minute. Please do that. Okay. So, okay, done. All right. So here you can find our TikTok, all our services, YouTube channel, Facebook page, 227,000 followers, 228,000 followers now, Instagram, almost 20,000 followers. So, and also all the free notes. When you watch my previous classes on YouTube, this is where you come and download the notes. Okay. So from here, you can go to our Telegram group here. You see this button here. Just click this. Okay. And basically that will open up. So here you search for template. Okay, then you can download all from here. All these templates are here. There you go. Even human-based paraphrasing template is here to reduce the meeting. Yeah, you can learn yourself how to paraphrase. Okay, chapter 1 templates, table of content templates, all the literature review templates, chapter 4 templates, chapter 3 template, and so on and so forth. So this is foolproof templates that we extracted from our clients' thesis who already graduated. This was predated before AI. So no fake information, no fake citation, no fake funnel, no fake research gap, nothing. It's all legit, and this is how you have to write it. Okay. So I'll let you guys explore that in your own time. Now let's continue to the class. Okay. So there are a few things we're going to cover today, but I think most likely we go straight to chapters. Okay. We'll cover a bit on PhD fundamentals. Okay, so we're going to cover PhD fundamental introduction, background, problem statement, most likely in the next class. I don't think we'll have enough time. That's why I put this as part 1. Okay, so for those who are going through their PhD, okay, for those who are going through PhD, going through the journey, I graduated before time. Okay, so how did I manage to graduate before time? In the period where there was no AI. So everyone need to understand AI only came after 2022. So people before 2022 still managed to get PhD without any tools. Okay, so during my time, 2010 to 2012, when I was finishing that particular period, there was not even Grammarly. So we only had MATLAB and EndNote. That's it. Okay, that's it. So these are the 8 important things that I really followed to make sure that I can graduate before time. So first of all, when you're in PhD, never have the mindset of quitting. Okay, so you should be very, very clear that there is no way out. Okay, and quitting only happens if you delay your PhD a lot. Okay, so all of you here, how long do you want to finish your PhD in? What is your goal? What is your target? Let me know in the chat box. How long do you want to finish your PhD in? Okay, 2 years, very good. 3 years. Oh, master's 2 years, okay. 1 year master's research, very good. 2 to 3 years, earliest possible. So definitely right, 2 to 3 years. That's what we want. That's what everyone wants. Okay, 1 year PhD. I wish can, okay, but definitely can try. No harm trying, right? If the university allows, there's certain standard they have to follow, right? But hopefully, if you can finish in 1 year, that'll be fantastic. That'll be marvelous. Okay, so I completed mine in 2 years and 2 months, my thesis. Okay. Then we went through a correction phase among my supervisors. Then by 2 years and 6 months, I finished my Viva. I complete because I already got a job in the UK. So I need to move to the job already. So I had to finish it fast. I had 12 publications done by that time, 10 accepted, 2 were under review. Okay, so that's what I did. So my main motto in my mind, don't even think about quitting. A lot of people have the tendency, okay, to quit and so on. Quitting only will take place when you delay your PhD a lot. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. So we need to avoid that. Okay, we need to avoid that. For that, your chapter 1 is very, very important. Get your chapter 1 right. Not literature review, chapter 1 first. If you get that right, everything else will eventually fall in place. Of course, chapter 2 is very, very important, but these 2 chapters are the key. Okay, and always read. Now I know we just pump the paper into AI, summarize, paste, summarize, paste. We learn nothing. Okay, we learn nothing. But it's okay. Some people don't really mind, don't learn nothing. They just want the PhD. That's up to you. But when you go to defense or Viva, when they twist and turn, you will never be able to answer. Okay, you will never be able to answer. So it's important. Use AI to summarize. No problem. Use it. But do read the paper. Do read the paper for 2 reasons. One, to make sure that the summarized information is true, not fake. Still, hallucination rate from AI is 85%. Okay, rated 85%. So that means 85% of probability you'll be getting fake information even from summarizing your paper. So it's important that you at least glance through your paper. Okay, and seek for novelty. Novelty is the key. Is the key. And don't depend on supervisor. This one is important, not in a negative connotation, but um, rather the truth. Okay, rather the reality. Okay, rather the reality. Because in PhD, supervisors won't have much time for you, so you're on your own. That is the reality, despite how you want to sugarcoat it. So when you go into it early, you already know that you're going to get very limited support from your supervisor because they have no time in their life. Okay, it's easier for you lah. Okay, it's easier for you when you know that you are in this with minimum support. Okay, so you will tune yourself according to that. Nor is it possible to get consultancy after finishing my chapter 1? Of course you can. Okay, so this is my WhatsApp link. Okay, if you want to get in touch, you can use this particular link. Okay, all right. Okay, so next thing, focus on writing. Okay, so that's my link to WhatsApp. You can, no, I went to waiting room. I sent to everyone. Okay, so note that is my link. You can WhatsApp me directly. So focus a lot on writing. Nowadays, writing is very easy already. You can just generate everything. Okay, so to a certain extent, despite the fake information, fake everything, you won't be able to comprehend or imagine the amount of fake information that I see every day from students' thesis completely generated from AI. A lot. We have a tool just for that. Okay. So focus on writing, make sure everything is verified information. Read sample thesis, your prior seniors thesis. Read those theses. It's important. Okay, read those theses. And then why reading prior thesis are important? Because that will tell you exactly, that will tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay, what you need to generate, what you need to design, what you need to develop. Okay. Next part, publish, publish, and publish. Publish as much as you can. This is one of the important quality metric that will decide whether your research is valid or not. Okay, it really carries a lot of weightage. And don't be shy to ask for help whenever you need it. Okay, because the worst enemy in your PhD or master's is time. Okay, time that you cannot waste, and you have to make minimum mistake so that you don't go back and redo everything. Okay, all right. So one Asmat, if you write the thesis, especially chapter 1 to 2, do you have to update our chapter 1? Yes, of course. Once you finish your chapter 4 and 5 ready, okay, you need to come back and revisit. You need to expand, you need to add more citations and so on. You need to definitely expand. Okay, so this one we can skip. We can go straight to here, literature review. Okay, so when it comes to literature review, okay, this is very important before we head into chapter 1. Literature review, there are 2 kinds of papers. Okay, so there are open access and there are subscription based. Okay, subscription based journals are at least, I would say, 80 to 90% of the publications are made out of subscription-based journals from these publishers mostly. These are the top leaders, okay? Elsevier, Taylor, Francis, Wiley, IEEE, Emerald, Nature, PLOS, Sage. Then you have open access like MDPI and Frontiers and so on. They're totally open access, okay? So what is the difference? Okay, you as an author, okay, if you're an author, you're writing paper, you want to publish in this journal, right? For open access journal, if MDPI or IGI Global or Indus, not Indus Science, Frontiers, PLOS One, all these kind of journals, you need to pay. Okay, and readers, they read for free. Remember that, huh? So you already open up already. There's no lock. No lock, huh? Anyone can read. So that means all AI tools can read. Okay, they can scrap all your data. But subscription-based journals, on the other hand, okay, like Elsevier, Taylor Francis, IEEE, these are majority journals in the world. Subscription-based, author don't pay, or they can pay if they want to. It's hybrid. Okay, you can pay if you want to. If you don't want, it's okay. But readers need to pay. So it's inverted. Okay, this makes up about 80 to 85%, if you ask me, because these are the major players of the number of papers available out there. Those are 80 to 85%. I would say even 90%. Okay. Open access is a very small portion. We might look like a lot, but it's actually a very small portion because most of the publishing papers are actually published with these publishers. Okay. So why am I explaining this? This is very, very important to understand. Okay. So before we understand the impact of this, let me show you if you want to publish in a free journal. Let me subscription-based journal. It's free. You don't need to pay anything. How much do you exactly need to pay to make it open access so that all the AI tools in the world can read your paper? How much you need to pay? Okay, so let me show you. Not that. This one. Okay, so example, this journal. Okay, so International Journal of Information Management, Elsevier. Okay, Elsevier. Impact factor 31. Okay, impact factor 31. International Journal of Information Management, Elsevier. This is considered very, very high impact. Q1, rank number 1 in the world. Okay, for this particular area like information management. So you need to pay 3,990 USD. You can choose to pay or not to pay. If you don't pay, it's okay. You can publish for free. Okay. So you need to pay 3,990 USD. Okay. To make it open access. So how many of you here are willing to pay 3,990 USD? Okay. How many of you? Anyone here willing to pay to make your paper open access so that the whole world can read your paper and all the AI tools can access? Anyone here willing to pay? You know how much is that? That is a lot of money. That is important to understand this part. 3,990. That's 16,300 ringgit. Okay, you can convert in your own currency and see if you're not from Malaysia. But this is our currency, 16,300 ringgit. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Okay, if you want to make it open access. So why? Benefit to pay, everyone can read. You'll get more citations. So if you have the money, you can do it. So you get more citations. And AI will be able to access your information and then push it out to other people when they prompt. Okay. So now the important bit to understand. Why am I saying this? Why is this important to understand? If 80 to 85% of the papers are behind paywall, subscription based, then how is AI doing literature review? That's why all the time you'll be able to see AI will be mostly proposing MDPI, Frontiers, all that 10 to 15% of the papers only, because they can never access this. AI cannot access this, the subscription-based journals. No way, cannot access. Okay. Despite that, sometimes it still shows all this Elsevier journal, right? It only shows based on your abstract. Only based on your abstract. Remember that, only based on abstract. Abstract is less than 1% of your information of a paper. So that means if you have a paper, 20 pages or 30 pages, abstract is only like that big. It's less than 1%. So from 1%, it's not enough to mine data to give you the most suitable literature review. That's why I always advise students, don't rely to search for papers in any AI tools. Go to Scopus, go to Web of Science, go to Google Scholar. Look for papers. These are the most comprehensive databases. Okay, remember, go to Web of Science, database, Scopus database, or Google Scholar, which is the most comprehensive. Okay, so that you don't miss out on any papers. Some of you might think, Who cares? If I miss lah, I don't really care. You guys need to remember, you need to meet your examiners. Okay, if there are papers or there were papers that actually did what you did, but AI didn't push out the paper to you, you will be missing out. And then when you go to your examination, your examiner come out with the paper and say, hey, this person already did this work in different country, let's say, but did already. So what is so novel in your work? You won't be able to answer. That's why it's very, very important for you to download all the papers and have a look at those papers. Don't just prompt for literature. Okay. Noraz Linda, can you repeat that three? Oh, here, I've already written here. Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar. My handwriting is quite bad. I cannot do anything from small, but yeah, that is the information. Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar. Search for your papers here. Don't search for it in ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Jenny AI. Don't. That's a bad idea. You want to do it, be my guest, do it. I'm not going to lose anything. I'm just telling the right way to do things. Okay? All of these are available in uni database. You need to check in your university. I don't know. Okay, Google Scholar is free. It's publicly available. Scopus and Web of Science, you need to check with your university. Okay, PubMed is also good, but the most comprehensive is Web of Science and Scopus. Okay, those two are the, I would say, the leaders. Okay, so you need to always access those databases. Don't just go and search in AI only. You will be missing out about 80 to 90% of the papers. Okay, all right, so I hope that is clear. So, food for thought. I can get all this information from AI tools. Why should I go through all these difficulties, going through so many databases? Why? I want my life to be easier. I want my life to be easier also. If I am a student like you guys, I will do the same. Okay, there's nothing wrong with what you guys are doing because that makes your life easier. We humans, that's our nature. But I'm telling you that is wrong. Okay, unfortunately, because you are still answerable to your examiners, to your supervisors. Okay, so you need to be fully packed, secured. Never get yourself into any risk. Okay. So these are the summary. I've already explained this, so we can skip this part already. You can watch my TikTok for many examples I've given. Okay. If you use AI and then double check Google Scholar, then might as well just use Google Scholar. You want to double check some more, right? Correct or not? If you want to use in AI, search for it and then go back to Google Scholar, double check. For what? Just use Google Scholar only lah. Okay. All right. So I mean, it's up to you. Whatever makes you comfortable. Whatever makes you comfortable. Okay. However, novelty throughout the PhD, if someone published similar paper during a PhD, that's about creating someone published similar paper. Your work is about creating new things that someone have not published yet. That is your whole purpose. Okay, that is what you need to find out. So when you go and ask for research gap or new idea in AI, whatever idea the flood gives you is actually not new. It's just recycled from existing papers. That's why generating new ideas still needs to come from here. Okay, I'll show you example today. Okay, you'll be amazed with the example I'm going to show you today. Okay, how about Medium, LinkedIn? Does it count? You mean searching papers in LinkedIn? Oh, that's a very bad idea. That is not a database. That is not a database. I mean, if you want to search for white papers, LinkedIn is okay, industry papers. But academic papers, these are the three, the main ones. Google Scholar, Web of Science, Scopus. Okay? All right? Okay, so now coming to the connectivity of what we're going to learn today. So everything here is chapter 1. Okay, this one is all chapter 1. Introduction, background, pronunciation, RORQ. Then we have chapter 2 here. This is all chapter 2. Okay, this is thesis DNA. This is the core of your research. Okay, this is the core of your research. What is, wait, sorry. Let me close this. Okay. All right. So then your thesis title, of course, your thesis title governs everything. Your thesis title is like the boss of everything. So if you see here, the arrows here, very important to understand this analogy. Introduction, background, problem statement. If you see these three and your thesis title, okay, governs or controls your RORQ. It will decide what is your RORQ. Okay. And if you see your problem statement controls your theory, okay, based on the problem statement, right? Controls your variables, okay, your IV, DV, and so on. It also controls your literature review and whatever boundary conditions you have. And your RORQ controls your hypothesis. So this is why I said, if you get your problem statement wrong, okay, if you get your, what do you call that, your your introduction, background, problem statement. If you get all of this wrong, this all will become wrong. Okay, that's why in examination, when we see students fail, okay, or student get major correction, when I look at the corrections, if they say need to revise RORQ, need to revise problem statement, it's done deal. You have to redo everything. Okay, so it's very, very crucial and within your interest to make sure your chapter 1 is perfectly done. Okay, perfectly done. Okay, so that is all for thesis DNA. So now you know the importance of chapter 1. So let's go into one moment. Okay, wait. Yeah, the certain part you know record, but no worries. I still have the older version videos. Okay. So now we have resumed the recording already. Okay. Yeah, now recorded. Okay. So now going into chapter 1 introduction template. Don't worry, we have other versions of this class. We can still put it up on YouTube. Don't worry. Okay. What if in third year and suddenly there are papers that encapsulate what we are doing in our thesis? That is a problem, June. That is a very big problem. Okay, that you need to resolve. You need to change your research design. If they find out, definitely you won't pass because it's no longer novel. Okay, unfortunately, that is the truth. Okay, so now coming to introduction writing. Okay, introduction writing. We have in total, this is my template, from my template, we have in total step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. 5 steps to design your introduction. Okay, 5 steps. Okay, so from here, this is a topic from our client. Okay, graduated before AI era. I think he graduated somewhere 2020, 2021. Okay, so around that period. With almost no correction, very, very minimal correction. So I took this as an example. Very good thesis that we coach and consulted, and I know this thesis very personally. Okay, so it's on what do you call that? Water regulation. Okay, water regulation. You can interpret my explanation according to your own topic. All right, according to your own topic. So always introduction start with a very broad introduction. Okay. Yes, there is a WhatsApp group. Later we'll share the group. Okay. So step 1, start with a very broad introduction. Okay. So here you can see, as stipulated in the 10th Malaysia Plan, the Malaysian government needs to have its own policies for water resources in order to secure the governance of water resources and to balance the existing and future water policies. Okay. If I draw out a funnel here, okay, if I draw out a funnel like that, okay, it's called funnel like that. Funnel. The top layer, this will be chapter 1. Sorry, this will be introduction, background, and then problem statement, and then the RORQ. It will all narrow down like that. Okay, so under your introduction here, okay, so 10th Malaysia Plan, you can see it's very broad. It's talking about a government plan, very broad plan. So 10th Malaysian Plan, that's our top funnel. Okay, then after that, we talk about Malaysia going to have its own policies for water resources. We talk about water resources. From the Malaysian plan, we immediately go down to water resources. Okay. I won't be able to zoom in. If I zoom in, I cannot write. Okay. So I have to put it in this view. Okay. So from 10th Malaysian plan, we go into water resources. From water resources, next thing, it'll go into water policies. Okay. So you can see here, Malaysian government needs to have its own policies for water resources in order to secure the governance of water resources and to balance the existing and future water policies. So next part is water policies. So you can see Malaysian plan, water resources, water policies. Okay, let me put this down a bit. Okay. All right. So next part, with that, the water legal provisions and institutional mandates can be standardized, which consequently results in an effective and efficient water resource management. So broad introduction done. Next part, step 2. Further explaining the body involved. So we know all these bodies involved. Right now, we'll go deep dive into that. Okay. So today, there have been 2 proceedings in water resources. You see, we're jumping into it within Malaysian context, namely the NRSM. So this is one policy. Okay, we are deep diving. Okay, then and firstly, the National Water Resources Study in Malaysia served to identify water demand management as well as to protect water resources for society. Besides that, the study also offered recommendations to reform the water sector in Malaysia to increase efficient and equal supply of water resources. Okay, the federal government and state governments. Now the next part is coming in. Federal government and state government. So next part of the funnel: federal government, state government. Okay. And now the studies focus and involve parties, bodies according to the literature. So now the parties and bodies are coming in. Okay. At this point, okay, the authority of water resources is located under the state government, while the process of making relevant policies is under jurisdiction of the federal government. Okay. Water policy will become your DV. It won't be directly your DV. It won't be. Okay. If there are international policies, should we choose international or limit to national? If you have international policies, if that is your focus, then you must be able to go and collect data from all over the world. So that is the difficult part. If you have resources, you have money, you have all the time, then you can do international. Normally, policy you must narrow down to local if you can. Okay. All right. So coming back to this. At this point, the Authority of Water Resources is located under the state government, so we know what is under state government, while the process of making relevant policies is under the jurisdiction of federal government. So we have elaborated this. Okay. According to the federal and constitution of Malaysia, state government are also responsible for many issues that are connected to land, mines, forest, water supply. Besides that, there are also several government bodies and agencies that are involved in the management of water resources in Malaysia. In short, there is no single body in Malaysia, okay, that can actually manage the water efficiently. Okay. So up to this part, we can understand the funnel. Okay, so we already disclose what are the characters in our story. So these are all the characters that we need focus. Okay, so step number 4. From the focus funnel down to the study, in this case policy. So Malaysia in the 21st century must make effort to control and manage water resources given its significance as one of the most valuable natural elements. It is essential to critically consider the establishment and management of water conditions, especially through the coalition between federal and state government. So here, next part, we talk about coalition. Okay, next part is coalition. After coalition, we talk about policy that are already existing now, National Water Resources Policy, NWRP. So that is the next phase of the introduction of characters. NWRP. Okay. So was established based on the coalition focuses on water-related issues. The main objective of this coalition is to ensure that the development of water policy is secure in the long term and benefit society. Okay. Then step number 5, we summarize all of that. Okay. Accordingly, establishment of NWRP is considered on the right track to secure and sustain water resources, blah, 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 blah. We have this policy and we need to look into that for this particular objective. So done, introduction. Okay. So if you look at the funnel here, you can see we open very widely on 10th Malaysia Plan. Then we talk about water resources. Then we talk about water policies. Then when it comes to water policies, we talk about federal government or state government. Then we talk about coalition between these governments. And then we come down to the policy itself. Okay, so everyone can understand the flow so far? Can understand the funnel? Please let me know in the chat box. Sam. Okay, so that is how you build a funnel. You go from broad, you narrow, you go down. Okay, if you don't do this, okay, now the next question you guys should ask, what if I don't follow this? Yes, a logical process. That's right, Samire. Very good. So if you don't do this, your funnel will be like that, 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 like that. You know, it'll have different shapes. So people cannot understand your story. Okay, they won't be able to follow your story. They won't be able to appreciate what you're trying to do. Okay, so you must tell a narration like how if you watched Harry Potter film is one of the most best narration, if you ask me, in terms of movies lah, because it had so many what do you call that, series. No, I won't say series lah, installments. Okay, installments. Yet the story flows very nicely. You can understand from beginning to the end. Okay, so same thing here. If you don't introduce these characters very well, your examiners won't appreciate. So now that's why whenever you get comments saying that, oh, problem statement, is not good. Your problem statement is very hard to understand. I don't know what you're trying to do. If you get this kind of comments, it doesn't mean the problem is only with your problem statement. It is not the case. The problem is beyond your problem statement. The problem is beyond your problem statement. Okay. It also got to do with your background and introduction, because that is all cushion. Okay. Cushioning that you do before you start your problem statement. If you don't put your story right, when you go to problem statement, they won't understand, why are you talking about this? Okay. What of having the funnel? What of having the funnel from global to regional and finally local? Okay, you can do that. Depends on the topic. This funnel can be in any mode. Okay, can be in any different context. But important is it should flow downward. Okay, so if I pour water, it shouldn't. It should just flow nicely. That's the story. Okay, that's what you want to do. All right. So I hope that part is clear. Now, this is clear. Now, this is a topic. Okay, this is a topic that I actually forgot this one from which client, but as far as I know, the client did not do very well in terms of proposal defense. Okay, but this is a topic that I selected to look into. This is a fully, okay, I'll tell that part later. Okay. What the standard of words for introduction? No, it's not words. I would say introduction is more of I would say introduction is more of um about 2 3 pages, 2 pages, about 3 pages is enough. I normally go by pages. I don't really look at word count. Okay. All right. So introduction is right before background. So always remember that. Starting with policies or brief history. Brief history is good also. Definitely good also. Okay. All right. So coming to this now. Okay. This is a very nice topic. Very good topic. If I'm not mistaken, we're actually consulting the student now to redo everything. But I'll be rewriting this for you guys. But whatever I rewrite is already out of a topic already. We already changed a topic already. Okay. So that's why I can disclose this. Otherwise, I won't disclose this. So we have already changed the topic. This topic is obsolete. We removed this topic already, but it's a very good example to see, yes, inverted triangle, correct. To see that you don't make the same mistake again, because AI is inevitable. You cannot ignore AI. It's part of our life now, but it comes down to us how intelligently, okay, we're going to use it so that it benefits us, doesn't do damage to us. That is the main objective of today's class. Right strategy, right method, right usage of tool. Okay, not lazy way of using tool, stupid way of copy and pasting everything. That's literally, I would say the word stupid, because that is the amount of failures I'm seeing on daily basis. Okay. Last quarter result came out. I made a video. I posted the video on my TikTok. Failure rate before and after AI. Okay, the universities are analyzing that. I don't want to tell which university, but several universities are analyzing that in Malaysia. Okay, I don't know about foreign countries. Before AI era, that means before 2023, 2024, they did not measure. They started measuring now because a lot of cases. Last quarter, the major correction was 50%. Okay. Outright fail was 17%. Total 67%. Just last quarter. This is the real stat coming from university. 50% major correction. That means you have to reviva. Okay. Reviva, redo everything, or redefense. The other ones are outright fail. That means they have to go and appeal to allow to redo everything if they allow. If they don't allow, then they cannot do that. Okay, so this before AI, okay, this real stat before AI, the rate was only 5 to 6%. Serious, I'm not kidding. It was only 5 to 6%. I have never seen this amount of failures, major correction, and reviva in my entire lifetime since I've started PhD. Okay, even when I'm consulting and so on. In these 3 years, okay, not even 2023, because 2023 was still new. 2024, 2025, and 2026 now peak of the peak. Okay, so you're going to understand why. This is one example of such. Generated from, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, it was generated from ChatGPT, Claude or DeepSeek. I think DeepSeek. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Site AI or SciSpace. 3 different tools were used for this. Okay. So this is the topic: artificial intelligence-driven personalization and brand positioning in Malaysia's fashion e-commerce. I can zoom in now because I'm not gonna annotate yet, but that is the topic. So artificial intelligence-driven personalization and brand positioning. Focus here. This is very important. Now focus this part. Okay. In Malaysia's fashion e-commerce, a case study of Zalora. Okay. So this is the introduction. All right. Over the past few years, the global sections. Okay, before that, we have a question from Abdullah. We got a few questions here. Should we use latest citation here? Yeah, you must always use latest. Unless it's historical, you can use old ones. Okay, that's no problem. But mostly after introduction, after background, must be all new citations. What if you take the papers from Google Scholar and summarize and find gap by AI? Yeah, I'll show you today. I'll show you today. Okay, that all that you'll get answers today. Let me admit this to. Okay, so over the past few years, the global fashion sector has experienced an intricate digital evolution, resulting from the rapid growth and development of artificial intelligence technology. AI has become instrumental in tailoring consumer engagement, anticipating purchase activity, and setting up digital marketing campaigns. Okay, clear? Clear. Talking about AI. Okay, so look at the title again. Okay, 1 minute. Focus. Look at the title. Artificial intelligence, personalization, brand positioning, fashion e-commerce, case study of Zalora. Look at this introduction, global fashion sector, rapid growth, development, artificial intelligence technology, AI become instrumental and so on. Do you think this is the right way to start the introduction? Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not going to tell you. It's a riddle. Okay, so tell me, is that how you start the introduction? Is that correct? Why not? I think it's correct. Very good, Lina. Very good. Okay, should we start from fashion instead? Exactly. You need to introduce your characters. Remember Harry Potter? Always remember Harry Potter. Okay, if you never watch, I suggest you go back and watch. It really teaches you how to write. Okay, so introducing the characters are very, very important. Okay. So exactly, he's too much on point. He must start with introduction of characters. Otherwise, your examiners won't know why the hell you need to introduce AI into fashion e-commerce. It's already e-commerce. It's already digital. Okay. Why do we need to introduce AI into this? Out of why? What happened? Okay. So the problem here is you need to take it step by step. First, you need to understand from your title, where is the anchor? Okay, see, when people say sounds right, sounds good, this is the problem. When you think this sounds right, when you get this from AI, you don't know what is actually required by principle. How do people write thesis? So you just copy and paste everything. Okay, then it comes and blows up on your face. Okay, examiners read the first introduction itself, they'll be like, why do I need AI? I don't know. Why fashion e-commerce needs it? I don't know. It's already digital. Why AI? For what? Why Zalora? None of these questions are answered. You just straight away went slap artificial intelligence and say, use it. I'm selling it, so you use it. It doesn't work that way. Okay. So we just analyze the first paragraph. Core of the topic is fashion e-commerce and Zalora. You must introduce fashion e-commerce and Zalora first. You must say, this is fashion e-commerce. This is how capable they are. This is what they have done. This is Zalora. This is how capable they are. This is what they have done. Then from that both, you funnel down to what is the issue. Then you bring in the rest. You must do a narration. If you straight away go and jump in the middle of nowhere, they won't even understand why you're doing it. See, remember something, PhD and masters, the students, the examiners are coming to make sure they investigate whether is it really necessary to do this PhD or not. Not they're going to come there and say, you pass because you wrote the thesis. Not like that, okay? They want to first assure that, are you reinventing the wheel? Okay? Is this really necessary? Is it really required? Okay? So, that's what we're going to find out. Okay, next part of the problem is now we go into the reference. Okay, so this is focusing on Malaysia, right? So we go and do citation analysis. Very, very important to citation analysis. Very important. Okay, so we go to this paper for Xin Yan Yang. Okay, Xin Yan Yang. Let me open up the paper. Xin Yan Yang. This is the paper. Okay, so the title is on Malaysia. right? That is what you're focusing on. Let me zoom in here. Sorry. Okay, that's better. All right. So, effect of Chinese consumer characteristics on the attitude of AI curated fashion service and the purchase intention fashion products. Why in the world am I citing a paper from China for a topic that is related to Malaysia in the introduction? I have no idea. This is the problem if you just prompt and paste everything. Okay. So, first of all, the paper itself is already wrong. That's the first problem. But that's not the major problem. That's still okay. You can just replace with a Malaysian paper. No big deal. Okay. But next part we need to do is good news is, although bad, but good news is the paper exists. That itself is a very big relief nowadays from AI. Okay. But although the paper is looking at different country, which you can never use for this context. Okay. But that is later. Now let's do some keyword analysis. Okay. Whether this content, okay, is really coming from this paper or not. That's very important to understand. Very, very important. Okay. So now we take keywords. Okay, keywords. What are keywords? How if there is no paper before about the country? So then you need to write your introduction according to that. You need to rewrite that. Like this one, if really no Malaysian papers, they should say in China, start the whole thing with China and then bring it down, okay, to Malaysia. So you need to clearly explain that. Should we create a title or write an introduction first to be more accurate? You can normally I would create the title first. Title is like anchor. It will tell me which direction I'm going. Should we cite our primary sources in the introduction or should we simply present? No, you have to cite. You have to cite. Definitely need to cite. Okay. I mean, cite introduction related papers, not problem statement related papers. Okay. So coming to this, keywords. Keywords are technical words that you cannot paraphrase, that you should not paraphrase. You cannot paraphrase. So example in this case, consumer engagement, purchase activity, digital marketing campaign. These are the words that you cannot change. You cannot rewrite. These are words you have to carry it forever. These are variables. Okay, variables. You cannot change technical parameters. Okay. So consumer engagement, purchase activity, digital marketing campaign. You can see here, consumer engagement, purchase activity, digital marketing campaign cited from this paper. Okay. So we go back to the paper. All right. Control F. First, we search for Chinese to see whether it functions or not. Enter. It works. All right. Chinese works. We can see that. Okay. So consumer engagement. The word is not there. The keyword is not there. Okay. Next, digital marketing. Not there also. Purchase activity. Not there also. Okay. So, this is the whole problem. Okay. This is the whole problem. What does this mean? Okay. Now I've done this research. That phrase is coming from this paper. What do you guys think? If you realize what I just did, I pick up 3 keywords from the whole write-up. Okay. No, the paper is okay. It's not the paper's problem. Okay. The whole content, okay, the whole content, this content is not coming from this citation. Okay, let us come up with something. No, this one not paraphrased here. This is the original content, not paraphrased. Okay, I know this work. Okay, it was not paraphrased. It's exactly just prompt and pasted everything. Okay, so if you write this one, okay, this particular paragraph, and you cite this paper, the important keywords, okay, like digital marketing, all this entire paragraph should be coming from this citation. Yes? Do you all agree? Yes, that is why we are citing, right? Otherwise, why are we citing? Okay. So that part, everyone clear. We are all in the same on the same page. Okay. Now, if these important keywords doesn't come from this paper, that means these are all fake, right? Exactly. So when you prompt too much, when you upload the paper, just summarize everything. You don't read the paper. You don't know. Okay, you don't know whether this information is really coming from this paper or not. And when examiners do forensic, examiners nowadays do forensic. If you're from lousy university, sorry to say, they don't do anything. Okay, but if you're from decent university, normally examiners nowadays will do forensic. Very simple, very quick forensic. They will know already how much of fake information. Okay, so this is hallucination. This is what we call AI fake information, right? So if you look at the next line, in the fashion industry, the tools of engagement, namely chatbots, recommendation system, virtual fighting rooms, provide increased customer interaction while blah, 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 blah. Gao and Liang 2025. Second citation. Gao Q, Liang X, Artificial Intelligence, Digital Experience, and Consumer Information. This is the paper. Let me zoom in. This is the paper, okay? For those who can't see. This is the title of the paper. Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services. Very good journal, very, very good journal. Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services. Very high impact factor. Our clients normally publish in this journal, so we are quite familiar with the journal. So if I go back to Google Scholar, I normally search in Google Scholar only. I don't search elsewhere. Okay, Google Scholar is the most comprehensive database. So I just go here, I pump up the title, okay, search. Paper is not there. The paper don't even exist. Okay. So the second paragraph, totally hallucinated, totally fake citation, totally wrong information, totally not wrong, totally false information. Okay. So first one, at least never mind. The citation at least exists. The second one, citation don't even exist. This is what we get. This is very recent. If I'm not mistaken, this is only about 1 or 2 months old. Very recent work. A student failed. Okay. So this is the nature of AI. A lot of students don't know this. You will be surprised. I'm very sure among the crowd student, many of you guys also are surprised looking at this because many of the AI gurus, AI workshops, AI pro people, they will never tell you these problems. Okay, I will tell everything. I will tell how to use AI, how not to use, how not to screw yourself in your life. Okay, literally that. Okay, so this is very normal. In all AI cases that I've seen, this is very, very normal. Fake citation, fake content, all these things. Okay. So do check and validate and understand what is going on. Don't simply copy and paste everything. Okay. 85% hallucination rate currently AI. Okay. We are an AI company. Okay. We're registered in Malaysian Digital Corporation. We work on AI very actively. Okay. And for research, AI is very good, but very dangerous as well. Okay, so you need to be very, very, very careful. While conducting systematic review, Google Scholar is grouped as secondary database but not at the same level as Scopus or Google Scholar. How do you explain this? Comment on OpenLX database as well. I don't use OpenLX database. And for systematic review, you don't need to use Google Scholar also. Systematic review, you can use if you want to, no harm. I've seen many Web of Science Q1 paper use Google Scholar. But Google Scholar, the tendency to have predatory journals are a problem. They have a lot of predatory journals. So I would always recommend stick to Scopus, Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science with Google Scholar. There won't be any problem. Okay, there won't be any issues. Okay, all right. So I hope that is clear. This part we can skip, no problem. But this is what we have analyzed. Now, why this thing happened? See, just now at the beginning of the class, all of you told me that you want to graduate on time, 2 years to 3 years. If you have this problem, this amount of this student spent 8 months writing proposal, finished already everything, chapters 1 to 3. Submitted for defense. Supervisor never check anything. I'm being very honest. Supervisor never check anything. Supervisor, no student use AI. Supervisors don't bother. Say, go for defense. Go. Then, because it makes their life easier. This is the truth. Makes their life easier. Then, come back. After, I mean, I shouldn't say makes their life easier. It is already part and parcel. There's nothing. When I talk to supervisors, they will say, there's nothing we can do. We just have to let it go. When go to defense, fail. 8 months of time gone down the drain. Now I have to restart back. Okay, restart back. Yes, one asthma. That's very normal nowadays. Okay, because I think supervisors have given up to a certain extent. They'll be like, even if I tell them, listen, if you have a student like yourself, I mean, not like you, but just like this kind of students, what would you do? What can you do? Do only lah. We give up already. That's what I'm hearing from most supervisors. So you guys are writing your own future, your own fate lah. Okay. They just simply say, go and do a lot of reading and redo everything. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so they have given up. They are just supervising. All right. So that is very true. That is very true, and that's what I'm hearing most of the time. Okay, so you guys need to, okay, if that is happening, okay, if your supervisors are not looking at your work, and then on top of that, you want to make your life easier, and then you just prompt, and paste all the fake information. It's like you're putting nuclear bomb and dynamite together and blast it. Poof. Who's gonna get affected? Who is going to get negatively impacted by doing this? Is it your supervisor? Is it me? Who is going to take the full impact of all the fake information in your proposal? Exactly. I have nothing to lose. Your supervisor have nothing to lose. It's you guys that are going to, they have given you the most easiest tool that lies the most. And you guys think this very, very good, very, very makes my life easy, and then we just blasting it out. And the amount of failures, if I look at my whiteboard, you can see the whiteboard at the back, oh, it's blur. We have 6 whiteboards of students failing. We have to redo all of it for them. Okay, so it's not simple, it's a lot of failure. Okay, so what is happening? So student failed her PhD defense. Okay, the last, because I've already why theory not introduction? Because of this, I've already explained earlier. There, see, theory comes here after problem statement. What's the point of you putting it here? You don't even know what's the problem, how to introduce which theory. That's the main problem. Okay, so let's go to the next part. Student failed a PhD defense. Why such mistake happened? Is it the mistake of AI? No, it is not. Well, it is, but end of the day, we are the victims. So we cannot blame any other platform. We are the one choose to use it. Okay, there are drugs and criminal activities everywhere in the world. You cannot blame it. It's there. It's up to us whether we choose to use it or not. Same thing here. I'm not putting in the same perspective, but it's more or less there. Okay, because the capitalists, the OpenAI, the Claude, the Gemini, all these people, they have made hallucinating as part of the DNA. Do you guys know they can actually program their AI to not lie? Okay, never lie, never give fake information, never. They can actually do that. Fundamentally, neural network, you can program it. But why do you think they don't do that? Why do you think the AI companies don't ask their AI not to lie? You think people who created AI, they don't know how to make the AI not to lie? Why do you all guys think that they don't do that? If AI don't lie, what will AI say? AI will say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the information. I'm very sorry. I'm limited information. What will you guys do if I keep saying don't know? What will you guys do if you keep saying don't know? Exactly. You won't use it. So, supervisors have given up, at least from what I'm hearing. AI company is screwing you guys, and we are sucking all in and just using it without even knowing that it's actually going to affect us in the long run. Okay, so that is the main problem that we are not looking into. Okay, so because students, it's not really mistake of AI, because end of the day, capitalists always win. Because students don't understand the fundamental funnel structure of writing and fully outsource the thinking to AI. AI is supposed to assist, not to replace our brains, but we have replaced totally to a certain extent. If you look at what I'm seeing every day, we have already replaced it. This is no longer functioning. Okay, how if you build the writing with feeding the AI with real literature? Same only. These are all feeding of real literature. This is real literature, this one prompt. It's a mix of everything. Okay, it's the same. Hallucination is always there. You can try and see. Okay, you can try and see. Hallucination is always there. Okay, so no matter what AI tools you use, no matter what AI tools you use, it is the same. Okay. I think it's a bit difficult to go back to traditional writing because I think students already way past that. Now we just have to understand how to use it properly, not use it to replace our brain, rather to help us. That's it. To make our life a bit more easier. Don't replace your brain totally with it. That is pointless. Okay. Not ethical. I'm not talking ethical, not ethical. Okay, forget ethics. We are way past ethics already. We are talking about using it to benefit us and not to screw us. It's a very simple term. Okay. So no matter what AI tools you use, okay, this is what is running inside the AI. This is called transformer network. Okay, you need to understand this if you're going to use it. You need to really understand this. So when you ask, write me a problem statement on SME. Okay, so the SME goes in token. Every word becomes a token. So SME. So what it does is it'll go and look for existing information here. You got like trillions and trillions and trillions of information. Okay, so you look for S matching. It is a very advanced statistical matching machine. Very advanced statistical matching machine. You will see A matching or not, A B matching, A C more or less matching. Okay, fake information, give it out. A D matching, no matching, no matching. Okay, start creating information, start lying. That's what happens. Okay, if the fellow don't have matching, the fellow supposed to say I don't know, but they don't allow that. They say lie. It's okay, lie, 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 lie. All right. So it is basically matching. That's why whenever student ask me, I want to find research gap from AI, I say don't. Okay, I say don't. Because AI cannot produce new information. It will only matchmake, statistically matchmake. Okay. Accidentally kick out an admin of a university group. You can put the name later. Later we'll look into it. I want to ask for strategy of thesis writing. Is it better to compile information in a separate document? We never kick out, I think. When they leave, they cannot join back because of class being full. But anyhow, let me just answer this. You can state out the name here. Prof, I want to ask a strategy for thesis writing. Is it better to compile information in a separate document and write it in bulk or go for continuous writing throughout? So you have to analyze first, then write. That's the best way. Okay. Notebook LM is Gemini. Everything is AI. Everything is AI. You don't believe me, whatever Notebook LM gives you, go read the paper. You'll find a lot of hallucination. You will find. Definitely it will be there. Okay. So what it does is it just match. Cannot find matching, the flow start lying. Okay. That's why when I ask for research gap, mostly it's hallucinated because the flow cannot find matching. Or the flow just recycle new research gap. This is how AI works. Okay. So I will tell you about research gap today. Don't worry. So that is how it works. This is not me telling. I did not say this. This guy said it. Who is this guy? This guy is the founder of Notebook LM, Gemini, Notebook LM, Google DeepMind. Everything comes from this guy. This guy who said it. Okay, not me. CEO of DeepMind points out the obvious. OpenAI is lying about having PhD level AI. This is the guy who said, go read this article. You will know. Okay. Okay. Another major problem of using excessive AI is Turnitin AI. Turnitin AI is a real problem that you all need to understand. We did a recent experiment. These are all the AI tools, major AI tools I put here. I run through a write-up. Okay, scan Turnitin AI, all 100%. Okay, then we use top 3 most popular humanizing tools: StatWriter, Quillboard, Paper Bleach. Nothing came below 76%. The lowest we got is 76%. Other than that, everything is above 76%. Okay, if you go below 76%, your context will totally change. You cannot go, even if it goes, the context will totally change. Okay, this is important to understand, because we cannot escape from AI, all of us at least. Okay, we are in that era already. So you guys need to understand this. Your publication, your journal, your thesis, your proposal, all have this problem. Okay, so the only way to beat your Turnitin AI is via, this is the latest update. This is why all these tools failed. Latest update from Turnitin. We've enhanced our AI writing detection capabilities to detect the likely use of leading AI bypasser tools. These are all AI bypasser. All of these. Okay. These tools attempt to modify AI-generated text to appear more human-like with the goal of avoiding detection by AI writing. So they can detect everything now. Okay. They can detect everything now. So be very careful. I've done 2 tables, 2 experiments. You can watch my videos on TikTok. Okay. You can go watch it live for yourself. Okay. So what is the only way? This is another recent scenario also. Use Grammarly to proofread. 100%, 95%, Turnitin AI. Okay. How do we solve it? Paraphrasing. That is the only way. That is the only way. Okay. So this is the student. Okay. We coach chapters 1 to 5. Okay. From University of Wisconsin, Whitewater, US. After coaching everything, he used Grammarly to proofread. That time, we don't know Grammarly got this problem. Then we had to paraphrase humanizing tools. All he tried, nothing worked. So we had to paraphrase each and every chapter so that we could hit from 100% to 0%, 98% to 0%. Okay. So if you guys want to learn how to paraphrase, you guys can watch my video. We do provide the service, definitely. But if you want to do it yourself, you can watch my videos on YouTube. I've taught how to do. It'll take some time. Okay. One paragraph like this, one paragraph like this takes about 3 to 4 levels of paraphrasing. That means you have to paraphrase one time, paraphrase again, and paraphrase again. So from 100, it gets to 60, gets to 30, get to 0. Why 3 layers? Because you want to make sure you don't change context. So you have to take it 1 layer at a time. Okay. It will take very long time. So you need to start early. You need to start very early. Don't come last minute. Okay. If you want us to help you, come early. Don't come last minute. We cannot help. We really cannot help. Okay. With the current AI search, would you say the minimum reference requirement rule of thumb is enforced harder? For example, introduction requires 20. AI search and reference requirement got no connection. There is no direct or reciprocal relationship. References required is by the context itself. It's not AI dependent. Okay. Nuras, Dr. Just now the paper said case study, right? In intro, case study is a character to be introduced at this introduction section. Which one is this? Case study. Some paper said case study, right? Zalora. Yes, correct. I'll show you. Don't worry. Is it advisable to run your thesis through Turnitin before? Always. Chapter by chapter, huh? Not the total. Chapter by chapter you must run. Okay? Yes, we do. We offer coaching. Definitely we offer coaching. We offer coaching, consulting, Turnitin AI reduction, all kind of services. That's my WhatsApp link. Huh? Okay. So, watch my YouTube, don't forget. This is how you rewrite. I've rewritten the Zalora topic, and this is how you rewrite. Okay. I'm just going to go through one paragraph and the rest. Okay. The rest. Yes, it is not cheap. Okay. Not cheap. I have to be honest. Okay. Not cheap. Because if you want to hire people, PhD holders to come and do things for you, they don't come cheap. Okay. It's not that we want to charge that much. But when you want PhD holders to come and help you out, that's how much they charge. If I ask them to reduce their price, they ask students to do themselves. So you have 2 choices. So I give you 2 weapons. Okay. One, we provide service. Second, you can learn it yourself. We have provide both platform for you. So you decide what is best for you. Okay. All right. No one is forcing you guys. Okay. No one is forcing you, nor it's totally up to you. Okay. Let me accept the students. Okay. So coming back to this. This is, I have rewritten the entire introduction. Okay. This is how it's supposed to be done. Okay. So, artificial intelligence-driven personalization, brand positioning in Malaysia's fashion e-commerce, a case study of Zalora. Okay. So, from here, step number 1, start with a broad introduction. This is the example from Thesis. You see how I start. Malaysia's fashion e-commerce sector has expanded considerably as online purchases have become more embedded in consumers' daily lives and as mobile-based shopping environments have become increasingly important in the country. Okay. In the Malaysian fashion context, consumers' online buying behavior is strongly shaped by fashion involvement, opinion seeking, prior online shopping experience, and perceived value, especially in terms of quality and price. You see, here, I never talk about AI. I only talk about fashion. Malaysia fashion e-commerce, it is mobile-based shopping, increasingly important. In the Malaysian fashion context, consumer buying is very important. Therefore, Malaysia's fashion e-commerce market is no longer driven by only availability of online stores, but increasingly by the ability platforms to deliver reliable, value-oriented, and personalized digital. So what I'm telling you, I'm telling the examiners, e-commerce doesn't mean it's AI ready. Okay, just being e-commerce is not enough. We need more than that. But I haven't told him what. But I told we need more than that. That's how you start. That's how you open up the funnel. Okay. Then next part, you're talking about Zalora. Okay, before I continue, I'm not going to go through all. Okay, how many of you want this template? Okay, I've already written the template. How many of you here want the template? Okay, that I've rewritten here for your own reference. Okay, no problem. Stay until the end so that you can sign up. People who sign up until the end only will get the full template. So stay until the end. We'll finish the class. You'll get you sign up in the form. You'll get the template. Okay. This template is not in Telegram. We only have the old one. This is the new one. It's not there. Okay. Okay. So second part, we explain about Zalora, and gradually we go into AI. Then step number 3, we go fully AI. Then here we go into personal branding, personalization, and brand positioning. And then we open up for background section here. Okay. Show before and after. Before I already finished already. Okay, you need to watch the recording back. Then we'll be able to show. I won't be able to show you here. Okay. So before, you can watch the recording later. Yeah, template. Template I'll email to you guys. Before is in the first slides. Okay. So later you go through the recording. I'll share the recording. Don't worry. Okay. All right. So that is how it works. That's the 5 different steps. Okay. So at the end, before we move to background, in one moment. Before we move to background, okay, this is the connectivity to background. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, one husband. Drive safe, one husband. Drive safe. Okay. Summarize all of the above and connect to background. Therefore, the movement toward artificial intelligence is not simply a technological trend, but a strategic response to changing consumer expectation and intensifying market competition, making it an important background for examining how AI-driven personalization can influence brand positioning in Malaysia's e-commerce sector. Okay. So now from here, we go to background. Okay. Now, before that, this is why it's important. Okay. It's important to, let me admit students. This is why it's important you do it right. Okay. In PhD, when you do something once, do it right, because you don't have time. Don't waste time by returning and correcting and redoing. This student, we have to redo everything. We have to coach and consult to redo everything. These are some of the videos I've done on TikTok showing how many students are failing and why they are failing. Okay, not because of AI, because of wrongly using AI. It's not AI's mistake. Okay, at least that's what the capitalists want us to say. All right, so we just continue saying that. Okay, so these are the case studies I've compiled for you guys. Go and have a look. Watch these videos. Very, very important. Now watch these videos. Okay, so I think this one we can skip. Okay. I'll be showing you today. Don't worry. Okay, we can skip this. This is our entire consulting framework, but it's okay. We will skip this. We'll go straight to the next part. Okay. Now is the background part. How to write background. So background in total got, they have 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I forgot to renumber this. Okay, I've shrink. Last time it used to be 6. I shrink it to 5 steps to make things easier for students. Okay. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. I apologize for this. So it's connecting back to introduction. Okay. Further diving into key factors shared in introduction. Breaking down the key factors. Okay. Then connecting existing solution to currently available solution. And then, though existing solution available, what is the problem? Okay. So now with this, let's look at the same Zalora topic, fashion e-commerce topic. Okay. So let's look at the opening of the background. The past 10 years have witnessed tremendous development in Malaysian e-commerce sector due to growing internet access, smartphone utilization, and the presence of a young digital consumer base. Okay, again, the past 10 years have witnessed tremendous development in the Malaysian e-commerce sector due to growing internet access, smartphone utilization, and the presence of a young digital consumer base. To be honest, here it's correct. This is how you start background. Okay, nothing wrong with this AI written one. This one is okay, but not to say nothing wrong. The flow is correct, but the context is not enough, not sufficient, because background, you need more information, more details. Okay, background can be 2 to 3 pages, sometimes even 4 pages. Okay, so again, the past 10 years have witnessed tremendous development in Malaysian e-commerce sector due to growing internet access, smartphone utilization, and the presence of a young digital consumer base. Okay, I don't like only certain parts because the flow is okay, but if you say witness tremendous development, you must show what is tremendous development. No, you must have citation, always must have citation. Okay. Okay, Vincent, no problem. Can we have all the context information? Context. What context, sorry? Is it standard to limit trend to past decade? Not really. It's up to the context. The page numbers you mentioned are for PhD or MS thesis. Chapter 1 for Masters or PhD is more or less the same, if you ask me. I mean, the depthness is there, but in terms of length, I think nowadays Masters, even some are quite lengthy. So it's very difficult to say. Slides I won't be sharing, okay, slides, but the templates I'll be sharing, okay? All right. So now let me continue. Um, in the introduction section, which variable should we? Introduction, you don't introduce variable. Variable, you only introduce after problem statement. Inside problem statement and after problem statement. Introduction background, you don't really introduce variables. Okay. All right, Vincent, no worries. 3 to 4 pages background for just the proposal. Yes, around that should be okay. Around that should be okay. What is the difference? Okay, introduction is where you introduce all the important elements, characters. Okay, going into chapter 1, right? Background, you deep dive into those characters. You go further into the background story of all those. Okay, you cannot write without citation. No way. Okay. Now, man, all the questions you guys write first, I'll answer later. Let me finish this first. Let me finish this part first. Okay. So you guys continue writing questions. No problem. I'll answer you guys. Okay. So coming back here. Okay, so there are a few problems here that I don't agree. First, when you say witness tremendous development, you must say how much development. Okay, how much development? The growth of fashion industry, how much growth? You must have that numbers. Cannot just mention only. It is pointless to just mention. Okay, so this is the first paragraph. Okay, what has been done? I'll rewrite this and show you how to do it properly. Now, let's very quickly look into this citation. Again, we have to always analyze the moment information comes from AI, you must always check. Okay, so coming back here, this is the citation. Roslan NH, Sulaiman, understanding e-commerce, purchase driver, Southeast Asia. Okay, so now we go to our search again. So I already paste the whole title here. I search Brunei paper, the paper don't exist. But I don't want to always believe that AI give fake information. I try my best to be as positive as I can, as much as possible. So I go here, I type out the whole title again in normal Google search. Then I found the citation here. Then the citation is here in this journal. But unfortunately, sorry, let me close this. Unfortunately, this journal is so predatory, so low standard, so no standard, predatory that it's not even registered index in Google Scholar. Okay, this is the type of rubbish journals that AI gives. See, remember something, when you write PhD, the rule of thumb, okay, 70 to 80% of your citation must come from Scopus Web of Science index papers. It is very good, preferable to have Q1, Q2, okay? If not even Q1, Q2, if you cannot find Q1, Q2, at least Q3, Q4, okay? You don't take citation references from journal that are not even indexed in Google Scholar. Forget Scopus. These papers are not even, this journal is not even in Scopus or Web of Science. So, same, masters are same. Masters and PhD, same. I always look at them both at almost the same standard, okay? For you to have your content, you must take it, the citation from peer-reviewed papers. Peer-reviewed papers, okay? Peer-reviewed papers must be indexed by Scopus, if possible by Web of Science also. Other than that, don't take anything else that is rubbish. Okay, please don't. Don't waste your time. If you want, that's up to you. I'm just telling you what is the best practice. Okay, so this journal was found, okay, but like I said, the AI loves to take only open access journals. That's the problem. Okay, Scopus and Web of Science, WOS, Web of Science. Okay, Web of Science. All right, so this is the paper. Now let's do our keyword analysis again. So keywords here. From here, we pick up the ones that you cannot change, cannot paraphrase. We take example, internet access. Okay, it's a what do you call it? It's a keyword you cannot change. Okay, smartphone utilization. Okay, it's a term. It's a technical term. What else? What else I took from here? Internet access, smartphone. Both lah. I take two keywords here. So I go back to the paper. AI given paper. I search first for, let's search for one word. Okay, it's working. You can see understanding is there. Okay. So now we go for smartphone. I never even type smartphone utilization. Even smartphone is not there. Forget smartphone utilization. Okay, even the smartphone word is not in the paper. Okay, so I don't even want to search the other word. It's not, it cannot be found. Let's not waste our time. Okay, so again, fake information. Totally AI generated. Okay, fake information. Can we use software for direct citation? Yes, you can. You can use EndNote, you can use Mendeley, there are many tools, Zotero, all that you can use. Okay. So this is the evidence that AI is having. Again, if you want to continue using, you use. You want to use it in the most laziest way also, you can use. It's up to you. It's your future. You get stuck, you are the one answerable, not me. I'm just showing you the right method to do things. Okay. So that is background. Now, how do I rewrite this background? This one we can skip. We go to our rewritten background. I've already upgraded the whole background. Okay, before that, is it better to open a paragraph of citation? You can do both. You can open a paragraph with citation. You can, no general comment. Every statement must have a citation. Remember, everything that you claim something is happening must have citation. Whether the citation is at the front, whether citation is at the back, it doesn't matter. But must have a citation. Okay? Okay, so this is how I've rewritten. Step 1. You see how I rewrite? Malaysia provides strong setting for examining artificial intelligence in fashion e-commerce because the country has a highly developed digital environment and a fast-growing online commerce ecosystem. Data reported that Malaysia had 34.9 million internet users in January 2025, equivalent to an internet penetration rate of 97.7%. You see, I don't simply say growth, more people, more users. No, I give numbers. I give explicit statistical numbers. Okay. While the Department of Statistics, DOSM, reported that national e-commerce income reached 310.6 billion in the first quarter. Okay, DOSM also reported that Malaysia e-commerce transaction income rose to 1.184 billion from 1.126 billion. Okay, so this is how you write with a lot of data. You see here about Zalora. In this market, Zalora is an especially suitable case for investigation because it is one of the best established digital fashion platforms operating in Malaysia and the wider Southeast Asian region. Zalora states that it was founded in 2012 and has a presence that includes Malaysia alongside several other Asian markets. On its corporate side, the company reports over 59 million visits per month. So all this, you're building the case on why you need to introduce AI. This is how you build the case. You give all the numbers. All must come out. Don't prompt and paste. Please do not prompt and paste. Okay. So just now someone asked about research gap. Research gap, sorry, I forgot. It won't be in today's class. Come to tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class, we will focus on research gap when we are talking about journals. Okay. Come tomorrow. We will tell how to find the right journals. Okay. So who wants this new template? You cannot find it on Telegram. So who wants the new template? Okay, good. Very good energy. So I'll share with you guys. You guys can go through later. Okay, learn from it. There, all full steps. You'll be able to do it on your own very easily. Okay, we still have a brain that functions. Don't worry. You guys can think and write. All right. Rather than having so much of fake information, having fear in you, don't know whether your citations are correct or not, your statement correct or not, you just prompt and pasted everything. Please don't go ahead with that. It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. You will regret it. Okay. And you cannot even convert those bogus information into a journal later. You cannot publish it. All right. So, road to part 2. This is not tomorrow. Problem statement class will come up soon. Tomorrow, sorry. Tomorrow is going to be about publication. Don't worry, no. I'll give the templates to you. Don't worry. Okay, you get the template. Don't worry. The version you rewrite, do you use reference manager or do you manually input citation? The rewritten one, we do it manually. Okay, after that, once you want to do thesis, now normally students will do lah. When they want to do for the whole thesis, they'll just put everything into citation. But I just still do it manually. For small project, no point you go and open software and use it. Okay, not yet, it's not done yet. Not done yet. Wait. I mean, if you opening the paragraph, can we write Own observation. You cannot write your own observation experience without citation. I cannot. Okay, you cannot do that. You need citation. Okay. Diploma student. This is too advanced for diploma student. Okay, you can. Telegram can. Just one moment. Let me finish this part first. So, in the upcoming class, in months to come, maybe next month, we'll talk about problem statement. Today, no, we're not going to go into it. But problem statement important is don't go for old citations. Problem statement must be all new citations, as new as possible. Okay. Remember, problem statement is the bridge between your motivation, your background introduction, which are part of your motivation, to your entire literature. So if your introduction and background you screw up, you can forget everything else. Okay. Again, there is no strict numbers how many references you need. No strict numbers. When you put a statement, you need a reference, you put a reference. If you don't need a reference, don't put. It's that simple. No one can tell you for one introduction section how many citations you must have because it doesn't work that way. We are not doing bachelor's degree. PhD, master's is all by design. Okay, not fixed. Okay. All right. So this is the problem statement template, old one. Okay, you can still download this from Telegram. Okay, you can cite one paper as many times as you want. No problem, Abdullah. Right? So this is the problem statement template that I have. 7 steps total. You can download. This is the older one, not the new one. This is the older version, but still good. If you want to write a problem statement, you're still stuck, you can go and download this. Okay, download this from Telegram group. Okay, from Telegram group. Kelvin, share all the links, please. Okay, so all the links will be shared in a while. We're not done yet. Please wait. So this is a problem statement. We will rewrite this in the next upcoming class. Not tomorrow, next one. 10 years before means old citation. Yes, 10 years still old. Nowadays, new means 2 to 3 years, maximum 5 years, like that. Okay? So, okay. All right. So, when it comes to problem statement, there are step 1, 2, 3. Okay. You can go through later lah. All right. When I teach about this, I will teach. Okay. Yeah, the Telegram link is right up there. Okay. How to write as 0%? If you write on your own with simple English, your Turnitin AI will be 0%, or at least less than 20. If you copy anything from AI and put there, it will be Turnitin AI almost 80-90%. Okay. So again, this one you can download from my Telegram group. We'll go through this in detail in the next class because I want to give time for Q&A. I don't want to simply finish teaching only. I want to give you time to ask questions. Okay, so this one we can skip this. Okay, very important. Very important. This is important. Okay, I have given you access to potentially available sample thesis on my Facebook page. Okay. And you please give the problem statement template with the introduction one here. I won't be able to give it here. You need to go download from Telegram. Okay. Whichever expired, you can reply in the group itself. We will check later. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me finish this first. Okay. Sample thesis. Very, very important. Okay. Very, very important. Sample thesis. Why? Because from this, you will be able to know, okay, you'll be able to know how you should write your thesis. This is the best way to do it. Okay. So click this. Let me give you the link. This is the link to my Facebook page. Okay. Very, very popular page. Okay. For postgraduate students throughout the world. Very, very popular. 228,000 followers. Okay. So if you come down, here is a list of thesis examples that we have worked on, coach, consulted, proofread, paraphrase. This era, no Turnitin AI problem. I only share thesis sample from before AI era, so that there won't be any form of fake information, fake citation, fake research gap, nothing fake. Okay? So, you can pick up from here, according to your topic, whichever university that is, you can contact the university for a copy. Okay, you can. All right, you can. So there's a few of samples here. You can see a lot of samples are here that we have worked on. Many students graduated because of us. Okay. So you can have a look. I did not upload all. This is only some. I don't have the time, but I think it's sufficient. All right, sufficient. You can pick up from here. So these are some of our service options that we have, that we offer. Scopus Web of Science publication. We are very well known for it. Okay, we have extracted up to 17 papers. Okay, 17 papers from one thesis. That's our track record today. Okay, that person is a senior lecturer in Oman now. We have coached him how to extract papers, 17 papers. So if you're stuck in a publication, we can definitely help you. Web of Science Scopus. Okay. These are all our recent graduates from Iraq, from Saudi. He went to Warwick University, top 7 in the UK. Okay, graduated with 6 publications. We coach from the beginning until the end. Amjad from Iraq, local Malaysian. Shahnaz here. Shahnaz is legendary. Shahnaz here is the only student here who used AI and completed his PhD. But then you'll be asking, right, then how come I am helping him? Okay, because 2024, after using AI, he failed his Viva. Okay, PhD Viva in UPM, in UPM Malaysia, he failed his Viva 2024. Then for 12 months, 12 to 14 months, we coached him to redo everything. We coached him. Even collected new set of data. Data set was all new, were all new. Then finally, last year, he graduated without any AI. Okay, so that's what we do for full thesis consultancy. Then this is our Turnitin AI reduction services. Very effective, guaranteed below 20% to 0%. That is the range. Okay, guaranteed that you will get. Okay, without changing any context. Okay, don't use any humanizing tool. So these are the 8 areas that we cover: PhD proposal, master's proposal consultancy, Scopus Web of Science publication, proposal defense preparation. Okay, we prepare you to go for your proposal defense. We'll teach you how to do slides and everything. Then proposal defense examiner response. Okay, proposal defense examiner response. Well, after your defense, we'll teach you how to address all the comments. Data analysis interpretation, chapter 4 and 5. We cover Stata, Smart PLS, Amos, NVivo, Atlas, eViews, Python, you can name it. We cover most of it. All right. Then convert thesis to journal to produce more papers. For those who really want to have a career in research, we help them to improve H-index, to get professorship and so on. Then prepare you for Viva, and after Viva, how to respond to examiner comments. Okay, so these are 8 elements that we do. Okay, that we coach and consult, in addition to proofreading and Turnitin AI reduction. Okay, so any of you need help, this is my WhatsApp link. Okay, just one moment. If you guys need our services, can get in touch. Okay, our clients will surely, definitely graduate on time, sometimes even graduate before time. Okay, so I'll come to all the questions, don't worry. Okay, from today's class, you'll be getting all these notes, all very good papers to follow and read to understand how to write. Okay, how to write PhD proposal, framework for rigorously identify research gap, systematic review protocol, then all the latest templates. These are old. I'll also share the new ones. Okay, I'll share the new ones. Make sure, Kelvin, share the registration form. We'll be sharing the registration form. Please register yourself. Okay. This one we can skip. So we have 10 minutes for Q&A. All right. So let me discard that. Let me stop sharing. So now your questions. Okay. So let me go from, let me go from the top. Prof, I found papers from Scopus Web of Science where I found various spelling errors and mathematical errors. Don't cite the paper, complain about the paper. I think it's AI generated. You can report the paper. Which part of article should we cite? Any part that is relevant, you can cite. Any part that is relevant, you can just cite. No problem. There is no such thing. If you read an article is relevant, cite it. That's it. Okay? Does qualitative study also apply the same steps? Yes. Qualitative for chapter 1 is the same. Chapter 2, no. Okay? What if you write first, then AI improvise? Your Turnitin AI will go up. Okay, and it will start introducing a lot of fake information. It will start paraphrasing into what do you call that? It will start paraphrasing into hallucination. Start introducing its own context. Can we write with the help of AI? Means give our analysis to AI and get the data from it. After all this today, if you still want to do that, then I leave it to you. Okay, I leave it to you. I have no comments. Okay, so I leave it to you. Can we upload data to AI and ask how to analyze the data? Data analysis AI is a very bad idea. Everyone is getting rejected. They have to go back to smart PLS, SPSS because of data precision. Data outliers, data precision is not there. Okay, and a lot of fake numbers. Okay, the numbers are not crunching right. Okay, I would like to know more about coaching. Is there? I'm not telling don't use. If you guys want to use, go ahead and use. I'm only sharing my experience after looking people use AI to what extent their problem is. Okay, that's what I'm sharing. You guys still want to use? No problem. Go ahead. But if I were you, I'm being honest, not telling this because we are providing service. No, you guys can go ahead. We are already very busy. Okay. But what I'm telling is if I'm a student now, looking at all these problems, I will never use it. I will only use it to do very simple stuff. Okay. Collecting information from me, collecting aggregate data from me, try to find certain information for me, and then I'll go validate again. Okay, but for literature, I will still use Google Scholar. I will never use anything else. Web of Science Scopus is still okay. Are still okay. You guys can use Scopus, yeah, but Scopus AI still hallucinate. Hallucination is unavoidable. But I'm not saying don't use AI. Use it intelligently. Always recheck, validate, and make sure you know the limitation. Understand the limitation. Okay, Prof, multiple rejection of papers due to not a journal scope. Do you still can help in that? Yes, of course we help, but if it's AI generated, we will scrap the whole thing. We will restart from scratch. Okay, how much you charge for your services? You can WhatsApp me. Which part of the paper? Like I answered already. When you mention thesis consulting, do you mean we do it together, or you and your team will do the 0 to 20% Turnitin AI thesis? 0 to 20% Turnitin AI thesis. When it comes to Turnitin AI, we will reduce it for you. When it comes to thesis coaching consulting, we will coach you. Depends on the scenario. Okay. So in a nutshell, best not to use AI. To be honest to you, Aisha got a very good question here. Let me throw back the question at you guys. AI hallucination is at 85%. Okay, 85%. That means when the flow gives you 100 lines of sentences, 85% of it potentially can be fake. Okay. So, under these circumstances, what would you guys advise yourself? Okay, what Aisha said. What would you guys advise yourself to do? You guys tell me. Okay. Those who registered earlier should register again. If registered already, then no problem. No need to register again. Best time to, you must start consulting very early. Then only you can finish on time. If everything already too late, you fail everything or never do properly, come back again to restart, then you're wasting your time. When you start early. Okay. Better for you lah. Not talking in terms of business. For us, it's all the same. Okay. For us, it's all the same. But if you want to graduate on time, graduate before time, you need to start early. I mean, coaching and so on. How many pages for introduction background? I think introduction about 2 to 4 pages. Background is another 2 to 4 pages would be good enough. Okay. Okay. So to do literature review first before writing chapter 1. So we have one comment here from Google. Use Anara AI. Very good. Very good. If it works for you, very, very good. But did you recheck all the information again? That means whatever summarized from this AI tool, have you read everything back and verified if all the informations are 100% matching? Please do that. Check that and see. All right. So I would like to do the paper myself. Just like to know how to do it. Do the coaching. Yeah, you can get in touch with us. Okay. My potential supervisor asked me, what will I do if I can't find enough paper systematic review? Because you can play with the inclusion exclusion criteria. You can play with that to get enough papers. Okay, but doesn't mean you need to. My systematic review I published in Q1 journal. I only had 28 papers. I published in Q1. Only 28 papers only. Okay. So how many pages are prepared? I answered that question already. Hi, doctor. Where can we get sample thesis? The journal you shown just now. How to write PhD proposal. Where can sample thesis got many websites. You go to my Telegram group. There is a template just for that. Okay. Go and search for it. Last time you said the paper cited another unrelated paper not in Malaysia where the study specific mentioned in Malaysia. If in our title have no mention Malaysia, but the data set itself from Malaysia, can we use citation? No, you cannot. It won't be suitable. It won't be suitable. It depends on how you write it, but I don't think it will be suitable. What to do if previous citation of a journal that used beer, but not, that's okay. That's not a mistake. If you download papers, then go to AI tools, retrieve information related on a topic. Is it good idea? Download papers, retrieve information. Like I said, hallucination. Okay, you can, definitely can. No harm. You can download the paper, upload, and extract the information. But important is you need to read the paper because you want to be sure that it's real information. Okay, it's real information. That's all I will tell you. If you want, you read. You are okay to take the risk. That is your call. Okay. Can I just get code from AI to do analysis? You can, definitely. Claude is good for doing coding. You can try and see. Which WhatsApp? I've shared the link earlier. Okay. Do not use free version of AI. I think it's all the same to a certain extent, Dr. Wong. I'm using premium version, Gemini premium version, ChatGPT, same only. Okay, just that the research is deeper, but hallucination is equally more. Okay. Discount, please. Yeah, you can get in touch. We'll see what we can do. Aisha, so that is your call. That's what you're telling. But yeah, okay. Scopus AI, same thing. They're using Open AI engine. Same. All AIs are the same. But Scopus AI is good because the main reason it has access to all the Scopus papers. That part is good. Okay. Rajeshwari answer ready. Can I combine introduction background together? You can. You can. No harm. You can. You can use AI to enhance, no problem, definitely can. Can we combine introduction? Yes, you can. Can you write entire MS thesis in 2 months? With AI, I think you can write in 1 day also. Okay. If I know the fundamental, like how it works, can I do the coding part with AI? You can. I mean, if it works, by all means do it. If it doesn't give you fake information, it doesn't get you into trouble, then just by all means do it. Okay. How do I interpret data enough if I compare with papers that don't have complete data set? How should I check manually? What? How do I interpret data enough if compare with the papers that not have complete data set? Can you rewrite Shazwan? Tak faham lah this one. Aisha, so humanizing tools are also 85%. Yeah, humanizing tools won't even work. Forget on hallucination. Humanizing tools will actually never reduce a Turnitin AI because Turnitin AI now got two categories. Category 1, you use tools to write. Category 2 detection is when you use tools to paraphrase. So both also will be detected. Okay? Yeah, that's okay, Tiago. That's doable. That's fine. Do you recommend doing literature review first before writing chapter 1? Yes, you can. No harm. No problem with that. I don't recommend, but yeah, no issues with that. How to read the paper and find the gap? Come tomorrow's class. Come for tomorrow's class, okay? How to extract information from a research paper by using AI tool. Okay, this one, I think you got many YouTube video to teach you. Okay, you can go through those. I got many YouTube video. In your opinion, should we aim for proposal with just 3 chapters? Is it better to go for PD with some? No, with 3 chapters, better. I want to know how can I find gap. Come tomorrow, I'll show you. Same, all AI to size space, site AI. These are fun. These are not tool problem. Though. It's not a size space problem. It's not site AI problem. It's the AI model itself. They have only 2 choices. They can say don't know, then you'll stop using, or they can lie. You'll continue using. They have no impact. EU passed the law. In Europe, they recently passed the law. Any AI tool used, if there is lies in the AI tool, the AI tool is responsible. So you can sue the AI tool. But here, we don't have it yet. Okay? So imagine if lawmakers are passing such law, that means how much of lie AI is generating. Can you imagine? Okay. Okay, sure. No worries. I once tried to construct a paragraph totally written by me as a detector. They say 100%. It happens. Okay. False positive happens. Okay, so why don't we find reference paper first before we write? Yes, you can. Definitely can, no harm. Okay, chapter 2 sangat susah. Memang susah. Memang susah. Okay. All right. So, I always will start with chapter 1. Always. Dr. Naim, is there? Yeah, very good thesis to follow, Zaroni. Very good thesis. That is the thesis like got 17 papers. Okay, that we coach and consulted. Okay. So I think I've answered all the questions effectively. If I miss out anything, I'm very, very sorry. If I'm going too fast today, I'm very sorry because I want to deliver as much information as I can. Okay. So watch back my replay later on YouTube. Okay. Again, I am not anti-AI. Don't get me wrong. I just want you guys to pass. That's it. Whether you guys do it with AI or you write it on your own or you mix up both or whatever you do, make sure you guys pass. Because with fake information, okay, AI fake information, you cannot publish your paper. If you publish, come tomorrow's class, you will know what happened. Tomorrow, I will tell you what happens to a student when they use AI fake information to publish a paper. Come tomorrow, you will be surprised. Okay. So with that, thank you very much. Templates are all in Telegram. Okay. Or the new templates will email to you. Okay. So make sure you register yourself. If you haven't registered, register lah. Okay. Restricted. What is restricted? Huh? Okay, so that's it. No more question. We'll call it a day. Thank you very much, everyone. Very good evening and good night also. Have a very good time. We'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye. Second register, you can register also. No harm. Okay, no harm. My colleague just shared the Telegram link. Please go in and look for the Telegram. And don't forget to follow. Go to our link tree. Kelvin, share a link tree also. We will share our link tree. That's a registration link. Don't forget to register. Okay, so go to our link tree. Make sure you subscribe to our TikTok, our Facebook, our YouTube. Link tree, it did not appear as a link. Wait, never mind. Just one moment. Link tree. Where is link tree? Here. Okay, this is the link. Oh, yeah, he shared already. Okay, this is the link tree. Yeah, you can take picture. No, no harm. Why not? But I think everyone leaving already. Tomorrow we'll take photo. Better. Okay. So that is the link tree. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, it'll be very effective to follow us. See you on tomorrow's class. Thanks for joining today. I wish you guys all the best. And tomorrow we will meet again. Okay, for tomorrow's class. Thank you very much.